My name is Tyler Susko. I'm a professor of mechanical engineering at UC Santa Barbara.
And my name is Johannes Sauer, and we are the founders of Cadense from Santa Barbara, California.
Every day, 12 million people in the United States struggle to walk. Walking is one of the most powerful things we do as human beings. It's our most basic form of exercise. It's how we get around, we socialize while we walk, and we run after our children and our grandchildren while walking. It should come as no surprise that walking is directly tied to our quality of life.
You might even know someone in your circle of family and friends who might shuffle, they might hike their hip up, or simply don't walk as steady anymore as they used to. My cousin lost his lower leg in a tragic motorcycle accident and is struggling with walking ever since.
Yeah, absolutely. My dad has Parkinson's disease, and every day it's just a little bit harder to walk. I've spent the past 20 years working with people with disabilities, long enough to know that this market is underserved, and that's why we've created the Cadense Original. The problem that we're solving is the inability to clear the floor during the swing phase of walking. We can think of walking broken into two different phases: stance, when the foot is in contact with the ground, and swing when it's moving back forward. For a normal, healthy walker, swing is no problem at all. We don't even think about it. But for the people that we're serving, this is a really challenging task. So these are people that have had a stroke, that have multiple sclerosis, Parkinson's, cerebral palsy, or just general weakness due to old age. What we're trying to do with our shoe is give back a peace of mind that everybody else enjoys while walking. You see, while walking with high friction, if your foot comes in contact with the ground during the swing phase of walking, it's gonna stick. And if we have momentum because we have some speed, it's gonna cause our body to tip forward, leading to an unsafe condition. The way that our shoe works is it employs a low friction surface on the bottom that is proud of the high friction stuff, meaning it contacts the ground first. When the low friction material is on the ground, it's slippy and it allows the shoe not to stick, but to slide under our base of support. When we put our weight on it, we have compliant foam, squishy stuff that squishes up into the shoe, exposing this high friction stuff on the bottom, which gives your traction back. So it's slippy when you need it to be, and then it's sticky when you need it to be to take that extra step. This is the world's first variable friction shoe. For decades, physical therapists have been working with clients by taking a sock or a pantyhose and wrapping it around the front edge of a shoe to allow patients to slide, much like this shoe does. However, if you do that, you never get your friction back, and you can only really use it on a hard surface. The Cadense Original allows people to take that same feeling outside of the laboratory and outside of the house, for that matter. It can go on gravel, it can go on sidewalks with uneven surfaces, it can be brought inside and go on carpets or hardwood. That's the nice thing about using a variable friction shoe, is that you don't have to be stuck to the clinic to get in your steps. Our development on this concept began over 10 years ago during my PhD at MIT. I developed a novel rehabilitation robot to administer gait therapy for people with neuro injuries. It completely removed the floor when the person was in the swing phase of walking that we just talked about, and it gave the floor back when the person's foot was ready to make contact with the ground. The aha moment was when a participant from that study said to me, "It just feels so good walking on that machine, not having to worry about clipping my toe as I'm walking. I wish I could take that outside of the laboratory." It took roughly 40 iterations to get this right. Yes, 40. Along with my collaborators at UC Santa Barbara and my clinical collaborators at Northwestern University, we won a $2.3 million National Institutes of Health grant to study the effects of walking in this shoe versus the standard of care for stroke patients. This is my life's purpose. I began this journey when I was 16 years old and took a service trip to work with children that had cerebral palsy. They were mostly in power chairs. I can remember the entire day. I can remember how I felt. I can remember the room that we were in. I can remember the smile on the children's faces. And I wanted to help, but I didn't know how. I was 16. So I've spent the last 15 years of my life learning how to help, studying the neuroscience, studying all the engineering principles I needed to be useful. And this is finally it. We're here to inspire perseverance and hope in this population. And we're just so excited to be able to do that.
What we do at Cadense means the world to me. I speak with customers every single day and hear about the challenges that they face. When I wake up in the morning, I know we are making a difference in this world and what we do matters.